That's right, guys. Disney, the family entertainment business, they're looking to get into adult content. What?
What?
That's right. That's right, Mr. Benja. So Disney is looking to buy Hulu, which is the streaming service out there that has a lot of racy content. For those that don't know, shows like Pam and Tommy, which is about the sex tape that by celebrities back in the 90s. It has a lot of different kind of, diverse content, which is not known for being Disney type content. Disney is like, you know what, we want to, I think we're going to signal to the market that we want to buy it. So this came exactly from the earnings call from Bob Iger, the current CEO of Disney. He says the best chance for us to grow this business is via a combination of the content that is on Disney Plus with general entertainment. He called what effectively would be the combination of Disney Plus and Hulu into one streaming service a very strong combination. So, Mr. Benja, I mean, this is interesting. This is almost a change in the tune when he first came back in November. What's going on in Disney, man? Why are they looking to get into this big conglomerate of entertainment and kind of pulling away from family only entertainment?
Well, you said earlier that we're in a marketing world, and this is marketing, branding. And I wonder if we're getting to a place where Disney is kind of starting to say, guys, let's be real. I mean, we're in these waters and we keep saying that we don't like certain things, but let's be real. We're all on the internet. We're all doing shady business. Let's just be a little more open with our content. I think maybe they're trying to push towards that point where more things are family acceptable just because that's what people are actually doing, not because of a veneer of acceptable, but it's like, hey, maybe we can get this to be a little more or a little less strict. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I would say, I think this, if we want to be on the positive side, I would say, yes, this is something aligned with, we talk about this like Snoop Dogg, his brand was like hardcore rap, but he's expanded his brand so much, we call brand extension, that he can do gospel song music. He can do, show up at WWE. He can do kids, album. So it's like his brand is so expansive. And I think Disney is looking at that, right? Can the Disney brand be expanded beyond just family entertainment, right? And so that, I think that's the positive angle. Yeah. The more cynical angle is they need money. They need money bad. And so it's like, streaming business is a hard business to be profitable. Matter of fact, the only streamer right now that is profitable is Netflix, right? All of the rest of them are losing money. Disney, hell, they lost almost $1 billion like the last quarter. This quarter, I think they got down to 600 million, but they're losing that every, 600 million. That's real money when in a time of inflation and higher interest rates. Yeah. That's just tough. I mean, even Disney's announced 7,000 in layoffs recently. And then also the core business, linear TV. So Disney owns ESPN. It owns Disney Channel, some of the cable channels. That used to be a cash cow because they had two revenue sources. They had ad revenue. So you watch an MTV movie or TV show, they had ads, right? You're watching it, but you're also paying a cable bill or carrier fees. So they had two revenue sources. So cable back in the day, and then remember back in the day, it was hard as hell to get rid of your cable. You had to call like 20 times before they finally took your cable away. So Disney was making tons of money on cable, but linear TV, due to streaming and other things, is going down. So they're losing, that revenue is losing about 30% decline, quarter over quarter. So they're losing money on their cash cow revenue business. They're constrained by capital in general because, they're dealing with a lot of debt they got to pay off to buy all this stuff. And then also they're trying to do layoffs to get more profitable. So this is a tough time. So the only way they can kind of grow, like he said, was if they had to spend $9 billion in order to buy Comcast's stake in Disney Plus, which is a lot, but that's where they are. They're kind of at a crossroads. And so I think the cynical version of me says, yes, they need to figure out a way to go forward in the streaming business, and this is the only way forward.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And it's funny, we have a group where we talk about hero movies and things, And somebody pointed out, and we pointed this out before, that in the rest of the world, Hulu and Disney, that whole bundle, it's already integrated anyway. It's only in certain locations like in North America that it's split, and it has that hard delineation between the Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, Disney kind of brands, and then all of the Hulu stuff is in its own separate app. So I don't know. How does that affect the brand when you just start rolling it in together?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, well, I think technically it's already done, right? So I think that's why it's attracted to him, because, there's not a lot to do there. They just have to just turn it on here in North America. So the synergies are already kind of built in. Also, Hulu has a pretty robust ad infrastructure set up, right? Where they know how to run ads on a streaming, right, service. So they have a free version. Netflix just ran this out. Matter of fact, have you seen the free version of Netflix or the ad supported version of Netflix? I haven't tried that. Yeah, haven't tried it either. But so this is kind of where streamers are trying to like make up money, trying to, still charge you and get some ad revenue. So that's a whole nother thing. So so I think, it's going to be interesting to see where Disney goes. So I got a prediction for you, Mr. Benja.
Prediction? Is it going to, I have no idea what this prediction could be, but I assume it's going to be groundbreaking. What is
it? So I put the hint in the show notes. So I don't know if you saw those. So Hulu at one time was run by a gentleman we've spoken about many times on this pod, who actually ran Warner Brothers before.
Oh, no.
Got kicked to the curb. So my prediction is that Jason Kilar, who was previously the CEO of Warner Brothers, will be coming back to Disney to help them run this new conglomerate called Disney Plus Hulu, because he's got the experience and they need someone who understands that whole infrastructure. So that's my prediction, because it sounds juicy guy. That's right. The sounds juicy guy. We happen to listen to our podcast. We just remember a time where he had an interesting interview where he talks about streaming and how it's going to change the world. And someone kind of called him to the carpet, and he pretty much said, sounds juicy.
Well, I'm waiting to see how that e-commerce play runs, how that runs its course, because that's going to be part of the juiciness too. So
well, he came from Amazon, right? So he understands that, and Hulu was the first one. They had an ad, support.
Wait, how did I miss that? Kylar came from Amazon?
Yep, he came from Amazon.
I didn't know that. I missed that somehow.
And then he got transferred over, he jumped on the Hulu bandwagon.
I see.
And then he helped, because remember, it was a conglomerate of all the different, TV, like Disney and Comcast, NBC. I think CBS was part of it at one time. And they just say, hey, we don't know what this internet TV thing is, but here, let's just create something, right? See what happens. And he ran that whole thing. So that, was.
I see. So you know what that makes me think?
What's that?
That is very juicy.